What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody had an excellent Saturday. The weather is incredible in New Jersey. Enjoy the sun and fun while you can. Preseason game number 3 at MetLife. The Jets lost. Was sloppy. You had turnovers. You had bad penalties. So a quick recap of the good and bad, starting with the offense. Quarterback Zach Wilson started the game with a quick miss. You're like, uh-oh. And then he turned it around pretty quickly. He had a great throw to Lazard. He had a 35-yard run, which was awesome. You kind of wanted to get out of bounds like much earlier, not take a hit, but his competitive spirit as athleticism, is that's part of his game. You saw Aaron Rodgers coaching him up, but overall he looks very comfortable in the offense. His footwork looks better. He looks happy. He looks relaxed. I mean, the way the world's not on his shoulders right now because he knows Aaron Rodgers is ahead of him. He's obviously the Jets' number 2 quarterback. Whether or not that's the right decision remains to be seen. And that's where the Jets are going. So, I'm not going to really go into Tim Boyle too much. I mean, he's going to be a non-factor this year. You go to the running back group, and this was interesting that Michael Carter didn't dress. To me, this was like a Zonovan Knight showcase game where maybe they were trying to showcase him and maybe trade him, give him an opportunity to kind of like show what he could bring to the table in terms of like, running the ball, catch the ball, everything else. He had another fumble. He had a missed block. He just looked off, man. He had a good run towards the end that was taken away by a penalty, but another disappointing performance. He had a fumble last week as well, so you kind of think that he may be the odd man out. And then Izzy got hurt with a thigh bruise or like a thigh injury late in the game, so maybe that keeps Zonovan Knight around. I don't know, but it was kind of disappointing because Knight, according to every report, was one of the best running backs in camp before, Brees came back and Dalvin Cook got here. So at wide receiver, obviously you had Lazard make a nice catch. Brownlee had, I think, 4 or 5 catches, looked pretty good. Overall, it was just a weird game. Not a lot of things really stuck out to you. To me, if anything, the biggest thing on offense that stuck out to me was the offensive line, where Mekhi Becton played with the second string at right tackle. I wish he'd have played with the first string. He got about 25 snaps. He came in the third series. He looked good, man. He looked physical. He looked angry. I mean, he blocked the one linebacker down probably 10 yards downfield. He pancaked someone, little dude off to the right. So I think at this point, Mekhi Becton proved that he should be the right tackle. He should be with the ones all this week. And if you want to play him at right tackle starting next Saturday, go for it. But you got to change the story here because Billy Turner and Max Mitchell are not the answer. And the other thing, too, is they started out with Tippmann at left guard, and then he ended the game at center. They've been jerking this rookie kid around a lot, man, where it's like right guard, left guard, center. McGovern started the game at center, so I think obviously I don't think Tippmann's given enough opportunity to actually win the starting center job, but I think it's McGovern's to lose at this point. I think it's just his. But they have Tippmann all over the place, man. As a rookie, his head's got to be swimming. Other than that, I mean, I really didn't see anything else out of the offensive line. It's just Becton's the biggest story. Make him the right tackle. They asked Saleh after the game about the health report on Dwayne Brown. He said he's going for an evaluation this weekend to see where he's at. I mean, that's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just so concerned about it. I'm overthinking it, but that's bothersome. They asked about AVT and Lakin, whether they can practice this week. He was non-committal on that. So a lot remains to be seen on the offensive line. In terms of the defense, I thought Tanzel Smart seems like every week on the defensive line, he's making plays, big run stop in the backfield. Bryce Huff with another sack, which I don't know why they play him so much. He was playing late into the second quarter. Will McDonald had the spin move, which was really cool. The other thing that was interesting was Ashton Davis. I mean, I'm not the biggest Ashton Davis fan. I think he's just good for his backflips and Hail Mary interceptions. He had a great game today. He had I think 2 stops for a loss. He was flying around. Saleh praised him and then praised him for his special teams ability too, saying he is next level in terms of special teams. So you got to think he's going to make the team. Adrian Amos played. He had a couple big stops. You could see his range, a solid tackler. Tony Adams didn't play again this week, and it's interesting because Tony Adams, I understand he's having a great camp and he's showing a lot of really good things. He doesn't have a lot of game experience, man. So Saleh's team's confident that he can sit out with the rest of the starters, and whether he plays next week or not remains to be seen. But interesting approach with Tony Adams. I'm trying to think who else. Jamie Sherwood's interesting, man. If you watch early in the game, he seemed a little bit slow to react to a couple things, and they could have gotten off the field on third down. They didn't. But I mean, I guess you got to see what he'll be like with C.J. Mosley and Quincy next to him. Going through my notes here, what else? Yeah, Zerline had a missed field goal. Xavier Gibson had a great return. I think it was like 32-yard return. He looked really good. So is he in the mix to make the wide receiver group is going to be interesting because you have Brownlee had a solid game today. You had Taylor who's been doing really well. And then Gibson as a returner. Obviously you have Hardman too. So how do they handle all that? I'm trying to think what else we have here. Did I miss anything? Oh, Jalen Holmes had a sack too. He also hurt Wolford too. But the Jets' defensive line depth is crazy. Other than that, I think this is going to be the first year where there's going to be some cuts we're going to be angry about. I think the Jets have a lot of depth, a lot of interesting players that we like. One more player I forgot to mention, Nick Bawden too, as fullback. I like what he brings to the table in terms of the running game. He had a couple of huge, nasty blocks today that I would honestly at this point be shocked if he doesn't make the team. So you got to figure how do you consider Bawden? Because how many tight ends are you going to keep? How many running backs are you going to keep? And where does Bawden fit into that? And does he have a role on special teams too to kind of make his case as well? Because especially a lot of these like fringe players and cut players, a lot of times special teams is the difference maker. So another guy I wanted to mention. Other than that, that's it, man. Like I was watching the game, I liked it. I wanted to stream, but like I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big Chris Weidman fan. The UFC's on tonight, great cards. I was watching both those things too. So and that's it. So if I missed anything, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Mekhi Becton should start next week.